What's up, everybody? It is now episode 5 of the Journey podcast, which may be rebranded as Charmed and Disarmed with Andrew Carroll, but that's all still in the works. To my right, we have...
Carla Locatelli, also known as Mandingueira.
Slow that down for the people and tell us again.
All right, my name is Carla. My last name is Locatelli, and I have a capoeira nickname, Mandingueira. Is that better?
Munging, that's excellent. That's excellent. Look, I'm going to try to move this so sneakily. There we go. I just want to make sure everybody can hear us really well. So, you said you have a capoeira nickname. So the first thing I want to get into, Mandingueira. Am I saying it? I'm butchering that, aren't I?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
What does that translate to? What does that actually mean?
Okay, so first, before telling you what Mandingueira means, I need to tell you what Mandinga means.
Okay.
In capoeira, Mandinga means magic. It means positive, playful, clever vibes. Okay? We can spend like a few hours talking about Mandinga, but that's like the 10-second definition.
I love it. That's fantastic.
And Mandingueira is somebody that has Mandinga.
Okay.
Yeah, simple as that.
And so I've been blessed to know Mandingueira for about a month now.
Sounds right.
She's teaching me capoeira. I'm learning very slowly. She's incredibly patient. Yeah, she is. And I can totally say that she is filled with magic. You have such a beautiful and positive energy, and I'm blessed to be your student.
Thank you.
So I'm so grateful for how I get to feel when I come to class, everything that I'm learning, and the community that is involved and a part of the capoeira movement is just... It's truly something that I look forward to in every interaction that I get to have when we play. So tell the people, what is capoeira all about?
Okay, so capoeira is an Afro-Brazilian art form. Started during slavery time in Brazil as a form of escaping the oppression. So capoeira obviously has developed into this beautiful art form that we do today. But back in the days, it was a lot more fight and disguise it as a dance so that you could practice. So that's how it started. That's the basis of capoeira. And to this day, we say that capoeira is a fight against oppression, because we're here, we're getting stronger, we're getting more flexible, we're getting connected, we're getting to know each other, we're getting to know people's differences and understanding that we can just talk about a few things. We don't have to agree on everything, but the world can be a lot more peaceful and fun. And there's a big aspect in capoeira called axé, and axé is positive energy. Right. It comes from a lot of different Afro-Brazilian and African religions. That word is, sometimes pronounced a little bit differently. Mm-hmm. But in capoeira, the axé is that energy that you were talking about, everybody getting along, being challenged in very healthy ways. We challenge our minds, our bodies, each other in healthy ways. And by doing that with music and flow, you get the axé going, and then you get out of class and you're like, what is this that I'm feeling?
I always feel that, and every time we come together, and I'm elevated and I'm lifted up when we complete a capoeira class. So it's it's axé. Axé. And I think you have that tattoo.
I do.
Don't you?
I do.
Right? Everybody's going to want to know how that's spelled. How is that spelled? Because it doesn't look like it sounds at all.
It doesn't, huh?
Yeah.
So in capoeira, we try to do a little bit of the Yoruba roots, which is a West African language that we do use in some capoeira culture and songs. But in capoeira, in Portuguese, we say axé is A, X, and E. And the E has a little accent that makes it axé, like an open E.
Do you want to know a fun fact? I always call the little accents squishies. I don't know
Squishies.
why. Yeah, but it's got a squishy on it.
That works.
So, you also have a nonprofit that you run, right? Mm-hmm. So let's hear a little bit about that, because, again, like, one of the things that I was just drawn to about you the first time I met was you're just like a pure, genuine, kind person, and it radiates from you in such an amazing way. So what is your nonprofit all about? And I know you're helping the community. I know you're doing something beautiful and positive for the local community. So let's hear about that.
Of course, yeah. So our nonprofit is called the Brazilian Arts Center, based in Salt Lake. We call it BAC, just short, so it's a little bit
I
easier.
I like it.
So it's a 501c3 nonprofit for the arts. What we do is we do a lot of different classes and events, mainly classes. We do some events too to promote Brazilian arts. We feel like Brazil has so much in its culture that we can bring to Utah, not just Salt Lake, but to Utah, like Capoeira that we just talked about. Capoeira and Samba are the most popular ones, and they're absolutely beautiful. I'm particularly, personally a fan of both.
Okay.
But Brazilian culture has so much more.
Right.
And we have so much talent here in Utah for people that can teach and help us spread this diverse culture. I feel like, if anywhere we could have access here in Utah and anywhere in the world really, but here in Utah we have access to different cultures, we would be a little more understanding of the world and each other. So that's why we started, seeing all that talent. Brazilian Arts Center, we actually just got an office. It's actually a really cool shipping container.
Yes,
yeah.
I love it.
Just in Granary Row in Salt Lake. And what we do is language classes. We do music, like learning how to play samba and pagode. We do dance classes like forró. It's like a partner dance from, countryside Brazil that a lot of people don't know. Most Brazilians are in love with it, and a lot of people outside of Brazil don't know. It's a really fun, really flowy, And it's funny because I tell all my capoeira students, get familiar with these different types of art forms inside the Brazilian culture, and your capoeira is going to get so much better, and it does.
Okay.
Because it has that element, that flow.
Right.
The capoeira does. So we do, like I said, language, Portuguese classes for kids and adults, every different level. And we also hold events like live music. We're going to have a carnival party coming up here on the 3rd.
Tell us, so that's on the 3rd of March?
3rd of March.
Where's that going to be?
It's going to be at Shades of Pale. That's a brewery just...
Ooh, we like beer on the podcast. We like beer on the podcast.
I do too.
Yes, absolutely. So that's Shades of Pale Brewery?
Shades of Pale.
Is that in Salt Lake?
It's in Salt Lake, South Salt Lake, just south of 21st South.
Okay.
So if you look up Shades of Pale or Shades Tap Room, it's 154 West Utopia Avenue.
154 West Utopia Avenue on March 3rd. What time does that start?
It's from 5 until 8.
From 5 to 8 p.m. So that's going to be a good time. I mean, everybody knows, as soon as you say carnival, I just think of like gorgeous women and big costumes and excellent music and a big parade and like just people out and about and having a really good time and experiencing something together as a community.
That's exactly it. You got it right. Have you been to Carnival?
No, but
you know the vibe.
It's all part of the experience that's on my bucket list of things I'm going to do before I die, which could be tomorrow, so we need to maximize today.
That's right.
So, as a 501c, right, nonprofit organization, I was fortunate enough to meet a gentleman named Alan Thornton over the weekend, and he is the head of a company, an organization called Grant Source. I'm actually going to be speaking to him again this afternoon. And what they do is that they find unallocated grant money for people just like you and your organization.
Okay.
So I'm going to connect you guys to help out. Hopefully, they're doing amazing big things, and he's such a phenomenal person. I even got to meet his very young daughter before we closed out the weekend, and he's an amazing dad, huge heart. Nice. So hopefully with this connection we can see some even greater things coming out of what you're doing for the local community, because art and culture are two of the most important aspects of education that we can provide for everyone, because it helps you have an open mind, it helps you think critically, and it really helps you understand that, hey, you're a human just like me. And we may see things differently, but that's the beauty of what we do, and that's the strength and what brings us together.
Yeah,
so,
I agree 100%.
If you were going to, not yet, something that you say often to me is that capoeira is for everybody. And I don't know that I've ever been involved in like a physical pursuit that more so captures that. I've seen every size, shape, color, and talent level of human playing capoeira, and in a lot of instances it's blown my mind to see the agility and athleticism of some of the body shapes that are out there, because to me, I always thought oh, capoeira, to be good at that, you just have to be like this shredded 180-pound dude to be able to flip all over the place. And you're doing one-handed handstands and AUs and like all of this. Your body control is phenomenal. It's so cool to watch you play. So maybe I've already blown it out, but tell everybody how long have you been doing it? How some of the cool things that you've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you 100%. I'll get to that in a second too. So I'm from Brazil. I'm from São Paulo, born and raised. I moved to Utah in 2001. And I was lucky enough to go to a gym where my master, my capoeira teacher, Mestre Jamaica, was teaching at the time. And this is 14 years ago. That's when I started,
Wow.
2005. And then I started taking some classes, and then shortly after that we moved to a place that was, a much better facility for capoeira. Then he started having classes almost every day, and it is to this day. He's doing that at a different place with the Utah Arts Alliance, which is an awesome nonprofit as well for arts in Utah. They do a lot of good stuff. So when I first started, it was just a few of us. There's only 5 or 6 of us, and it was all the 180-pound ripped guys flipping. But I think, just like you said about a teacher being patient, that's exactly what Mestre Jamaica did to me. Very patient and understanding that let's maximize your body, your mind, your soul into capoeira and see how that goes.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful.
And I think that's what capoeira does to you. It's like it doesn't teach you how to put you in a box. Oh, that person does it just like that. You're gonna do it just like that. It teaches you how to express your body and your expressions through the body, right? So
Absolutely.
We don't really talk in capoeira unless you're singing, and there's a lot of energy in that. In fact, I would say a majority of the energy comes from
Absolutely.
that. But when you're playing, there's not a lot of talking. You talk and you express through body movements and that flow. And when you find that and you let the music and you control your breathing with the music, then you're gonna be doing, one hand handstands and cartwheels and AUs and just having fun, really.
It is a ton of fun. And speaking on that, it's such an individual expression of the art form. Yesterday I was partnered up with 3 different people, and we were all working on the same move, and I was shown 3 completely different ways to do this one move by 3 completely different people. And I got a little confused and I started tripping over my own feet because I was like, this person just showed me this and that and the other. But that's a really good reminder, like even for me and anybody else who's out there and is interested, that it's you get a basic idea and then you make it yours.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And I see it every time I go to class, and you are the embodiment of that. So.
Yeah, I agree how it can be a little overwhelming when you have 3 people. I did do that on purpose yesterday with you, but that's important. Sometimes there's a move that I'm trying to get, and it takes that one different person that I haven't heard from to be like, hey, do this, because maybe there's something in their body or they're learning ways, right, that is a little more simple than mine. So that there's always a benefit of that, so I try to explore that. And not only that, yesterday, if you think about it too, we were doing the same move and there was a 7-year-old.
Yes.
Right? There are women, men, it doesn't matter. Different heights, different shapes. Everything is just all you really need to be able to do capoeira is positive energy and wanting to learn. That's all.
And you show up and you're blessed every single time, right?
That's all you need.
It is. So, probably getting close to wrapping up here. Something that I always like to ask everybody who comes in and joins me is, and I think we've touched on this probably a lot, I might be guessing what you're going to say, but if you could tell the world one thing just to bring people closer together and just to give some love out there to truly what's important, what is that to you?
Just one?
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
Okay. I don't think that's what you think I'm going to say.
Ooh,
but what I'm going to say is, if there's only one thing, sing together.
Oh.
Get together and sing together. Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. And I feel that when we get in a circle towards the end of class and we all start sing a little bit for us. Sing a little bit.
Sim, sim, sim. Oi, não, não, não. Oi, sim, sim, sim. Oi, não, não, não.
Louder.
Louder. E Paraná, e Paraná, e Paraná, e Paraná, Paraná, e Paraná, e Paraná.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. So you have officially been charmed and disarmed
Yes.
with Andrew Carroll and?
Carla Locatelli.
Yes, beautiful. We love you guys. Take care. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace.
See ya.